Imagine the Emperor Ashoka standing amid the devastation of the Kalinga War, vowing never to kill again. Legend then tells us he secretly formed a council of 9 brilliant men each, a master in a science too dangerous for common knowledge to safeguard humanity. It sounds like a blockbuster story, but is it true? Historians say no. In fact, as writer Vijay Balasubramanian bluntly notes, there is absolutely no evidence that Ashoka ever set up any such society. Real history paints a different picture of Ashoka, one of remorse, Buddhist reform, and moral edicts with no hint of hidden book guardians. According to the popular tale, immediately after Kalinga, Ashoka convened 9 secret sages. Disguised as Buddhist monks, they supposedly traveled India spreading peace and collecting hidden knowledge. Each man guarded a special book and field of science. One charming account even lists their 9 fields exactly: propaganda, physiology, microbiology, alchemy, communication, gravity, cosmology, light, and sociology. For instance, the story claims the gravity volume described an anti-gravity flying machine, while the microbiology book contained a cholera vaccine recipe. Such details thrill the imagination. But remember, these descriptions come from modern retellings, not ancient records. Propaganda, control of information, and persuasion. Physiology, secrets of the human body. Legends say they even mastered a touch of death technique. Microbiology, knowledge of germs and cures, rumored to include an early cholera vaccine. Alchemy, turning common metals into gold and other arcane chemistry. Communication, advanced messaging, even rumored contact with other worlds. Gravity, theories of anti-gravity flight, the mythical Vimana. Cosmology, understanding the universe and time. Light, harnessing light as weapon or power. Sociology, the blueprint for society's harmony and collapse. All 9 fields above are cited in accounts of Ashoka's 9 unknown. Believers say these 9 unknowns slipped extraordinary knowledge to later figures like giving Pope Sylvester to a binary yes-no robot head or teaching early vaccination, but these stories have no footing in real history. In one analysis of the legend, even a conspiracy-minded article admits there's no written or inscribed evidence of their existence. So what do Ashoka's own records say? His famous rock edicts, carved all over India, emphasize his remorse after Kalinga and his adoption of Buddhist Dharma. Britannica notes, Ashoka was moved to deep remorse for his actions and carved lessons into stone to guide his people. Those inscriptions preach nonviolence, charity, and moral law, but they never hint at secret sages or banned sciences. In short, Ashoka's real legacy is transparent, not hidden. As one researcher puts it, the 9 unknown men are a myth that is very easy to debunk. No pillar or scripture from Mauryan times mentions them. Nothing. As Balasubramanian emphasizes, there is absolutely no evidence in the Mauryan period for any such council, and it's not just one pundit saying so. Even a Goa news story on the topic concedes bluntly. There's no written or any inscribed evidence of the 9 unknown men's existence. In other words, the only sources of these tales are centuries after Ashoka and often from fiction. So how did the legend start? Not in antiquity, but in a 20th century adventure novel. In 1923, British author Talbot Mundy serialized the 9 Unknown in Adventure magazine, framing 9 secret sages in Ashoka's time. That was pure fiction, a pulp story, as blogger Vijay Balasubramanian notes. Mundy's novel sparked a conspiracy theory about Ashoka's 9. Mundy himself was a novelist, not, despite one account's claim, an Indian police officer, and his tale captured imaginations, but it wasn't history. Later writers ran with it. In 1960, French authors Louis Pauwels and Jacques Bergier treated the 9 unknown men as if they were real. They claimed the group was founded by Ashoka in 270 BC, and even that medieval Pope Sylvester II met them. French colonial writer Louis Jacqueliot was also name-dropped as someone who insisted on their existence. But these are sensational stories, not sourced in any genuine Ashoka chronicle, essentially. 19th and 20th century writers created and embellished the legend and then presented it back as fact. Despite the lack of evidence, the myth has a life of its own in books and media. Novels by Clive Cussler and others, and even TV shows, have drawn on Ashoka's 9 unknown. For example, the hit series Heroes prominently features the number 9, and its creators explicitly credited Ashoka's legend as an influence. A recent Indian sci-fi web series, JL, 50 centers on the 9 unknown and their books of cosmic secrets. These are entertaining stories, but remember, they are entertainment. In reality, Emperor Ashoka's true legacy is awe-inspiring enough, without secret councils. He is known from his own inscriptions and Buddhist texts as a reformer who built 84,000 stupas, sent missionaries across Asia, and cared for humans and animals. Even Ashoka's symbols live on. His lion capital sculpture at Sarnath became India's national emblem. And the wheel Dharma chakra from his pillar is emblazoned on India's flag. These tangible honors, not unseen laboratories, are Ashoka's genuine gifts to history. So what should we believe? The 9 unknown men of Ashoka make a great legend, a tantalizing what-if, but thorough research finds it is just that, a legend. No ancient proof survives, and the story only appears in modern lore. As one analyst puts it, any secret society Ashoka might have kept would remain hidden if it were real, but we cannot pretend absence of evidence is evidence of absence. In this case, the balance of evidence is clear. The 9 unknown men exist in fiction, not fact. That said, Ashoka himself really did change history. When you see the Ashoka chakra on the flag, or read his stone edicts, remember that the incredible reality of his life needs no fabrication. The curious, the ambitious, the storytellers all can enjoy the myth. But as a historian, I'll stick with proven facts. Ashoka's shining legacy is in peace and compassion, not secret laboratories.